Lucy, she's over there.
Good morning. You live.
Yeah.
How you doing? Happy Sunday.
Happy fun day.
Or not Sunday, Saturday.
Yeah. Happy fun day.
Happy Saturday.
Good morning. Bernadette, good morning.
First one.
William, good morning. I saw you signed up a restaurant the other day. Congrats. Another one.
And he made a really cool video.
Yeah. Hey, Meredith. Blue Diamond, good morning. Hector Vasquez, good morning. Daniel, good morning. Daniel, how's DC come along? Darius, John Coates. Art, good morning. Are you awake, Art?
I'm not.
Mike Jones, hi. How you doing? Jose Hernandez. Jeff Willis. Jerome, how you doing?
Oh, you got to remind them about the contest.
What's the contest? Hey, Rodney. Nice knocking out 4 deals the other day. 4 restaurants, I think you did one day. Patrick, good morning. Patrick's killing it in Las Vegas. He and Noel. What was that?
Amanda is doing a giveaway for your Coffee with Bob.
Oh.
Once a month.
Okay.
They will be entered into a drawing. Everyone that's on the call,
very
not
good.
just RSVPing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monday, I don't know if she'll do it Monday or tomorrow.
Yeah.
She might.
Koyat, how you doing, buddy?
She might announce it tomorrow on
Gino. Susan. James Jones, how you doing? Patrick got Fugu Burger yesterday, onboarded. We're going to talk about onboarding restaurants a little bit, the proper way to do it. There's some confusion, mostly me, not you guys.
So there was 36 RSVPs on the those people entered. Okay. She'll announce the winner tomorrow on her social media webinar.
Okay, for anybody that signed up for the little prize, we hired a new person to do social media, and she's doing a phenomenal job. She's doubled the information that's getting out through social media just in the last week, and she's just terrific. So all the restaurants that sign up, she's listing them, tagging them, they're tagging back. So we're starting to, build a pretty good number on the restaurant side from the standpoint of people. Each of these restaurants usually have 3,000 to 5,000 people that either like them or are registered with them. So that's a very, very big play for us to get into the marketplace and distribute the app on the consumer side or the restaurant side, the merchant app. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's see. Jesus, how you doing? Dane
is in
Allentown, PA. Amy's from PA.
But the other side.
Yeah, it's the western side. Not coal country, I guess, right?
Oh, yeah, they have coal.
Oh, really?
Coal, steel, farm.
Oh, the big farming,
You got it all in PA. And we're the only state that says PA.
Oh, okay.
Other states don't. You don't say CA, do you?
No.
No. Yeah. PA is weird like that. Cool like
but
that.
But we do say LV.
We do say LV.
Las Vegas. All right, guys. Good morning. Hope everybody's had a good week, and just following up on status where we are with getting some of these markets opened. First thing I want to do is clarify on the sign up side of the business. I gave some people some wrong information a couple of weeks ago, and so here's the process that's got to be handled properly, because you're the entrepreneur, you're the one that signs up the restaurant, and you're the one that gets the benefit on all the pickups at 40 cents. So you can't have corporate doing a lot of your work for you. I thought it was okay, but it's not. So let me explain to you what you have to do. When you sign up a restaurant, you have to get them to pay the $1 themselves. You cannot put your credit card in for $1 and go back and think that, you'll have time to change it. It doesn't work that way. And we need to know for certain, because we're either going to be issuing one of two things. One is going to be a tablet, or we're going to contact them to get hooked up to the POS system. So these are really important issues. So in the future, and a lot of you are doing it right, when you sign up a restaurant, you have to get them to sign up with their credit card, pay the $1. Then we will notify them approximately when we're going to open that market. For example, we are now going to soft open Nashville on the 9th, which is a week from Monday. We need more restaurants. We need more traction in the market, but we're going to open anyway, because this opening will start to grow that market. I've been in touch with some other people that are going to jump on board and start helping in that marketplace also, since there's only a handful of people that are really working that market, and you're doing a terrific job. But we need more restaurants, and we need to grow that business in that market. So we're going to put a lot of energy into that market this week on helping follow up on the signups that you have, getting their cards back in the system, clearing their credit cards, and then getting the tablets out to them. So Shanna's going to head that up internally with a team of people to help out in the Nashville market. If you're in another market and you put debit cards in your own or whatever it might be, you're going to have to go back to those customers and explain to them that they've got to put their own credit card in. It's really important that they do that, because we don't have the manpower to go back into every one of these as we start ramping up the business. It's really important you understand this, and you're the beneficiary of all this good stuff. I mean, Rodney signed up, I think, 4 stores the other day. He's got 7. I mean, you start doing, on average, each one of these stores is going to produce $8, $10 a day for you. It doesn't take long, over 30 days, and you have 10 or 15, 20 stores, what your residual income is going to look like. But that's your customer, so you need to learn to take care of that customer and work with them. There's also a misconception about the white glove team, what that's all about. When Art and I talked about creating a white glove team, it was to do one thing and one thing only. That was to welcome the restaurateur or that person to our company and let them know they had a point of contact, that somebody does care about and we value their business. That only helps you who signed up that restaurant. It makes you look great, because now you have another third party in the company that's reaching out to that restaurateur and saying, hey, we care about your business. Here's a point of contact. If you have information or a question and you can't get an answer, you can go directly to me. And that's what Art's doing, and he'll build a team around that. But it's important for you to understand how the white glove teams. The white glove team is not about closing your deal. You have to close your own deal with these restaurants. That's why you make the big bucks. That's why you get $50 for signing them up. And that's why you get 40 cents for every pickup for as long as they're on our system. So that residual income could be significant, but you have to take the initiative to make it work. And it isn't hard. Believe me. I mean, it's not a hard deal to sign up a restaurant who wants to save money. One of the things we're doing, and I've been working with Noel and Patrick a couple days talking about, and a few other people talking about developing some videos over the next couple of weeks that you'll have on how to sign up and the processes. We should have done those earlier, but Shanna's been doing trainings, but we're going to have videos done on that. Very short videos, exactly what to do to help you become more efficient and closing these restaurants. And if you have a question, do not hesitate to hit support on an email. And also, we have support that can help you answer a lot of these questions. Evelyn's 100% up to speed on this. Also, Courtney is up to speed on this. So it's important you understand the processes. And I'll take some questions here in a few minutes. Let me walk through a couple other things. One of the things that's happening, we put a press release out in the market that we're going to open. So we put a press release out in Nashville. We didn't run it nationally, but we just did a local press release. We're getting some questions, and I know a lot of you want to help, but the only people that can talk to the press is really myself. We have to control the message that's going on into the marketplace. And I'll give you an example. All of you probably are aware of Prop 22 in California that's going on. It may very well be that they're going to lose that fight in California. And when I say they, the rideshare companies in California, delivery companies, we have the only business model that works, that we have no problems with any regulatory, right? So we want to make sure we protect that. We don't want bad information flying out of there, because it depends on what goes in California. We may take a real run at California right away. Just depends. But we don't know that, and we need to keep control of the message. So please, if you have somebody that wants to do an interview, just turn them over to myself or Amy or Evelyn, and they'll get it to me. It's important we control the message. It's very, very important. So I can't press it. And I really appreciate.
And yes, you can fly to Nashville, but you can always do a Zoom. They're doing all kinds of Zooms interviews right now. That was one of the person saying, well, Bob can't do the interview because he's not coming to Nashville. Yeah, we can't come to Nashville because of COVID, but Bob can do a Zoom.
Yeah, and I do interviews all the time, by the way. I'm on the phone every day. So I can do a Zoom anytime. Just leave it to us to handle. Just refer it over. It makes it a lot easier. So as I said, we're going to soft launch starting the 9th, which is a week from Monday. And we have a date certain right now. I haven't talked to Patrick or Noel yet, but we're going to open Las Vegas. Looks like they're starting to make some headway in there. We've got 30 days. We're going to put some real heat on it. May start, trying to recruit out some of the colleges here to help us gain momentum in this market. But we want to open December 1st in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
We just all don't want you to give out dates.
Oh, she doesn't want me to give out a date. So sorry.
We don't want to overpromise and underdeliver to you. But yes, we're planning on December 1st for Las
Okay, well, I'm running ahead of myself. So we're going to open December 1. One of the things that from a technology standpoint, you can go write this down, marketplace.tripdelivers.com. That's the new site that went up, and that's where all the menus will be on that site and loaded up as we start to grab menus this week. One of the issues is, we don't have the menus for the restaurants in Nashville yet. So this week is going to be put a lot of pressure on getting those up and on that website. That's the online, that website I just gave you is for online ordering. Online ordering isn't mobile ordering. That's just online. That's if you're on your laptop or any other computer wherever, at your home or whatever. We also have a mobile app that's being put together that's almost done. And that's where you'll put that on your phone and order through that, or the customer will put that on their phone.
So they have that already. That's the consumer app. They already have that.
Yeah, but there's going to be a restaurant app, right?
Or a merchant app. The merchant app's for the restaurant ordering.
Right.
For the restaurant to receive.
Right.
The consumer app, they already have that right now. So when you pull it up and it doesn't show anything, that's where it will show the map with all the restaurants and the menus that will all be right on their consumer app. They already have it.
Oh, okay. So I hope you understand that.
Right.
The consumer app is where you can order off your restaurant menus.
So there's going to be 3 apps. Currently, we have the consumer app, and that's where you go if you're a consumer or a marketer. That's the app you use. And we have the driver app. That's what you drive on, and you'll be able to accept drives. All the stuff will be there for driving. And then we're working on the merchant app, and that will be on the restaurant tablet so that they will get pinged when they get an order coming.
Right. So do you understand that? That app will be on the restaurant tablet. So when they get an order, it's on there, and we drive that through that app itself. So as we start to ramp up the business, you'll start to see a lot of this unfold. Always, it's a good thing about Nashville. It's a soft launch. We're not trying to go in there and crush the market. If we have 30, 40 restaurants on board, when we start and probably 100 or so, 100 plus drivers, we got to start getting drivers on boarded there this week. So we have a good population. And then I am working on tomorrow the marketing plans for Nashville and also Las Vegas. So we will start spending money in those markets, marketing, assuming as we start to grow the business, it'll be in play to start bringing, users or on board, and users being customers that are buying food or whatever. So that's what's going on right now. So I hope all of you understand how the marketplace works. That's up and running right now. And that right now, I don't think there's any menus on there, right?
No.
There's no menus on there right now, so you won't see a lot. As they start to load up all the menus this week, you'll start to see the population of that. So let's see.
I got some questions for you to answer.
Yeah. What are the questions? Let me take some questions, guys.
Okay. They're asking about and this needs to be clarified. They thought that the restaurant uploaded their own menu.
Yes, the restaurant will start uploading their own menus, but right now it's kind of a mess. So we're going to take charge of that and get those.
It's not a mess. Let me explain.
Okay.
So currently, and you guys in Nashville should send Courtney roses because she has to upload it in a certain way that's very technical and it's very time consuming. So for Nashville, we're having Courtney do that. So that's the reason we don't want to put that extra added stuff on the restaurant. So after Nashville, we will have a process set up. So it will be very easy for the restaurant to upload their own menu. So they do their own pricing, their own photos. If they have a special, they can upload anytime they want to. So they will be in control of all that. But it's only for Nashville. We're doing it this one time. And then Nashville will be able to do that too after we get open and everything. But it's just, it was something, because goes back to Bob giving out dates. So November 9th is coming up really quick. So there's some customization that we still want to add, but like this particular customization about the restaurants uploading their menu, we don't have time to get it ready before November 9th. So we have to, make some, so they will be able to upload their own menu after Nashville. Just short answer.
There is a question here about the promotion that we ran. Is it still in play? And the answer is no, it's not in play. I think what we'll probably do is, because nobody really went to work, so there was nobody earned anything. I think what we'll do is just work out the rest of the year, getting Nashville right, getting Las Vegas right. We'll see what comes along over the next couple.
Louisville, I'll tell you, you're in the running, but you got to get some drivers.
Yeah. Louisville's got restaurants, but no drivers.
Yeah.
So, and for you guys that are recruiters, you don't need to be in Louisville to recruit drivers in Louisville. So you need to think about that. Louisville's doing a real good job. I am disappointed in the lack of traction in our biggest market, which is Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Orlando. I mean, there should be no reason you're not killing it there, but it's up to you guys. Look, all we can do is provide you the opportunity to open these markets. But, you're actually doing a service for these restaurateurs to get them to get on this platform because they're going to save a lot of money. I mean, it's just that simple. It's not a hard sell.
And Miami has 19,000 drivers.
Yeah, there's 19,000 drivers in Miami, Fort Lauderdale already in the system. That means a lot of you guys have these people that you recruited or in your first or second level, and all you got to do is start dialing for dollars, really. But it takes energy to do this stuff.
Daniel wants to know, I'm going to work on Nashville next week. Just want to clarify, the restaurants will be paying $149 for the soft launch there. Yes.
Correct. Yeah. We're not, look, these tablets cost us $100 to ship.
Commission.
And you make a $50 commission. So we don't have billions of dollars to throw in the trash. That's why they have problems. Nobody was cost conscious. Nobody looked at a real business. How do you our business model is real simple. The plan is to get profitable in 5 to 6 months, and we will. That's the big difference of our business model. We're not the big guy. We're taking on the big guy. We have a business model that's going to throttle them, and I've spent the last few days with a number of leaders, not in our company, but other ride share companies around the United States that are really blown away with this business model. And we're going to get traction, believe me.
So let me explain something. So Daniel and Janet, you both have a question about the 149. So I'm going to, for Nashville. So let me just kind of combine this for you. So this current week coming up, The Nashville restaurants will still get charged the $1, just like regular. Then we will reach out to them and they will pay the $148.99 and we will send them a tablet. Starting November 9th, just for Nashville, and this will go for any open market moving forward. When the market opens, Nashville will be turned over. It will be an open market. So the restaurant checkout page will change. They will now pay $149.99 at the time of enrollment. There will be no more $1. So that will only be for open markets. Yeah. Starting November 9th, that will only be for Nashville. And then every market, when they open, they will change over. So it's the $1 is for non-open markets. And it's a one-time charge, Janet. That's the activation fee. It's the only thing they're paying. Then they can choose to be a member restaurant, but that's a yearly annual fee that has nothing to do with this. So this is just the activation fee.
Yeah, and we're also working with some of the largest POS integrators in the space right now. So we can take on, as long as it's, like I had a call from Patrick about one of the people they're looking at, and they have 100 and something stores, this company, and they have a POS system. They want to know if we could integrate with it, and I didn't have the answer, and we got the answer, and the answer is yes, we can with the people that we're working with. So, and that's going to be Shanna's part of her responsibilities to get that integration process done, make it as seamless as possible. But you've got to close the restaurant, and then the company will do the rest after that. Now, I've said this before. It's to you to close it, you to sign up. The $1 is only for markets that aren't open. So it's a way so somebody doesn't, spend $149 and figure that, that, hey, I just lost my $149 from, fly-by company. So it's to protect them. But once the market's open, when you sign up a restaurant, it's bang, $149 right there. We'll get the information. Then obviously Art will call them on the white glove, get that going. Shanna will then drop in, get them, find out if it's POS integration or a tablet. So it'll go relatively smooth. These are the kinks that you work out as you start to get up and running. But we're starting to get there, guys. So I expect by, January, February, March, we should be on a full-on run in a lot of these markets. But it's up to you guys. We can only go as fast as you guys sign up restaurants.
Janet's in Minneapolis.
Minneapolis, it's cold up there.
And she wants to know, do we have restaurants and or drivers signed up there? Can't they check that on the market tracker?
If you go, you can go and look at the market tracker. There's a guy up there, is TC. TC's been with us. He hasn't really been able to open up a restaurant or two up there yet, but there's plenty of restaurants up there.
Oh, she's doing flyers and everything. So
yeah. One of the things we're going to be producing over the next 10 days or so, one-page flyers. I know all of you ask, and all of you are making your own, but we're going to make them up and then we'll have them available for you.
They're already flyers?
Yeah.
They're already in the back office.
No, I'm talking about a whole new one that kind of explains the process. This will explain the process and everything for the restaurateur. You just hand it to them. They'll answer every question that they'll probably have.
Darius has a question. Hi, Darius in Vegas. I saw your restaurants. Good job. What is the transaction fee for the merchant account and fee per transaction when they integrate their POS?
So the transaction fee for them is 2.9% plus a nickel. If you want to know what Stripe is, it's 2.9% plus 30 cents.
And this is for their merchant account.
This is their merchant account. Yeah.
But for the POS is not ready yet. And it's not going to be ready till January.
Yeah.
So until January, they're going to get a tablet.
Yeah, everybody will get a tablet for now, except for, and some of the big ones that want a POS system that don't want a tablet, then we'll just wait until we get the
Oh no, Shanna said we talked to them and they'll get a tablet, and then when we do have the POS
No.
ready,
I'm talking about a
switch.
chain of 100 stores. We're not going to send 100 tablets.
No, I know, but there's like one that's right now that's.
No, I understand.
And they'll take the tablet now, and
Okay.
then they'll trade it back in with us when the POS is ready.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Denny, I hope you left your number. He says, I visited over 300 restaurants in South Florida and they didn't sign up. Well, you know what? As soon as Nashville's open, they will sign up because they'll see that we have a market open. So I hope you left your phone number and then you can follow up with them.
So somebody, Excelsior said, answer my question. So where's the question?
I just did. He's the one that said that wasn't really a question, Denny. I've signed up, visited over 300 restaurants, and they didn't sign up. And I said, I hope you left your number, because as soon as we open Nashville, they're all going to want to sign up.
He went and visited 300 restaurants and he didn't close one?
Right.
Who was that?
Denny.
Denny, if you called on 300 restaurants and nobody signed up a restaurant, maybe you need to look at your pitch, because you shouldn't have that kind of objections.
Janet, again, can you do a training on how to close restaurants? There are those trainings, Janet, already on YouTube. Shanna does that every, I think, first Thursday of the month.
Yeah. But we're gonna create these little videos that you can just put them wherever you want to put them. You can look at them anytime. They're going to be about 90 seconds long, and they'll be dedicated to getting a restaurant signed up. Why the advantage, the whole 9 yards.
Somebody wants to know, is the commission $50 or $100 on a restaurant?
No, the commission is $50 on the first level. There's a second level payout if you are entitled to that on your ranking.
Okay. Oh, so Denny's saying, can we help him?
Yeah, of course we can help Denny.
Saying he needs help. Oh, Janet is signed up under TC. She knows him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, TC's really a great guy. I didn't see him on the call today, which is one of the few times he's never been on, but I'm in touch with him usually once or twice a week. We'll exchange a text. Super nice guy. So if you know TC, he's anxious to, partner up with somebody and get that market open.
Patrick has a suggestion, and I talked to Patrick yesterday, and I agree with his suggestion.
Okay.
So when you're signing up a restaurant, you stay with them, and you sit there with them to help them put in their credit card number, and that way you make sure that they pay their $1, because these restaurant people are busy. So if you leave, they get the welcome email. Yeah. They don't go back in and pay their $1, and maybe they don't even know that they have to do that.
One of the things we're going to be doing also in the printed material, we're going to have objections. Why a restaurant would say, oh, I don't need this, or why should I do that with you? So we're going to have objections and how to answer those objections for you. So we're going to try to get this really simplified for you, so you don't have to, feel uncomfortable when you're calling on a restaurant. Do I have all the answers? We're going to make sure that you have all the answers. We're about 10 days out finished up.
David Beardsley, are we going to get replicated websites with our code embedded?
That's kind of interesting that you just mentioned that, and we're looking at doing that. But I don't want to get too far in front of myself on this, but yes, we're looking at that. Well, if we decide to do something along those lines, it will probably be something we'll introduce right after the first of the year, because we got so much stuff going on. But we definitely are looking at doing that.
Liliana says, I can't get in the trainings in YouTube.
Why?
I don't know why. Because the YouTube is free for everyone.
Yeah.
That's the reason we changed over to YouTube from Zoom. We had so many people having a hard time getting in Zoom, believe it or not.
So if you go to youtube.com/trip rides, when that comes up, it's misleading in a way, because I had a very similar problem. When that comes up on the panel, at the very top, you'll see Trip Rides logo. You click on that, that takes you into the YouTube. So maybe you're not clicking on that and you're just scrolling down and seeing all the other stuff. So you got to click on that icon, and that takes you into the YouTube channel.
Coyette says he's working on Miami. No, Coyette, work on Nashville.
Yeah, we're trying to get everybody on Nashville so we can get that up as much focus. We have all the people in the office are going to start hammering away on Nashville starting Monday.
And we put out the press release in Nashville. We've got all of our social medias focused on Nashville. We've got maybe doing some interviews, I think, in Nashville. Yeah. And we want everything to go to Nashville, because as soon as Nashville opens, Denny, you and everybody else, you're not going to have this problem anymore. And then we could put Florida on the list, but currently we don't have Florida on the list because there's nobody there.
Two of the biggest visible markets in the United States, Nashville and Las Vegas. You get those two up and running, and it's going well, the rest will start exploding. because of the nature of those two markets.
Oh, Ron, congratulations. He has his first restaurant signing up Tuesday.
Wonderful.
Lou says, I know you answered this question, but what's the best response when an owner says, I don't pay anything?
I don't pay anything for what?
To the other guys.
You mean on getting launched?
No. Yeah, exactly. Like they don't understand that they're not Postmates because they take it out and they never.
Yeah. I mean, that's a fallacy. Like I keep telling everybody, there's no free lunches. It just depends. Our job is to educate the restaurateur. Believe it or not, a lot of these restaurateurs don't even understand why the Uber Eats and Grubhub and all these guys are managing their menus, and because they're managing the markup. So they know exactly what they've marked up the menu, and that's why they do that. That's how they make their money, and it's a 20 to 40% and more hit to these restaurants. But they kind of turn their a blind eye to it because they think, oh, it doesn't cost me, but at the end of the day, it does, because they're overinflated retail prices. They don't get their money right away. There's just a ton of objections to it. You lose control of your business. How would you like to just turn your business over to somebody else? Because that's just what you did. When you don't control the pricing of your business anymore, then you just turn your business over to somebody else and you have no control over it.
And you can show them, James Jones, remember that graphic he did?
Yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of, the restaurateur doesn't have time to go and check their pricing on all the different sites. So they don't even know. So you might have to do that for them.
Yeah.
Pull it up on the different sites, bring it in.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to, some of the documentation we're going to give you will help you, help them to understand what's happening to their business. But most of them do. I mean, if you read all the surveys, it's better than 70% of the restaurants hate the business model that's out there. They just feel that they have to do it. They have no alternative. We are an alternative for them, and they don't have to worry about getting gouged. It's a pretty simple formula for them. Okay. Not the one that's up right now.
Right, that's what they're asking.
Oh yeah, we're going to be firing up in the next probably 10 or 15 days a new market tracker that's tied into the database. So it will show, when you look at it, all the restaurants that are signed up and active with us. So if you want to look in Nashville, you can automatically see, oh, there's X restaurants, or Las Vegas, or wherever in the United States. And also it'll also show the number of drivers in that marketplace. 1,000 drivers in, Las Vegas or whatever it might be. Yeah, there is a commission on the $99 membership. It's depends on your ranking. So it could be 50 and 5. It could be, 40%. Just depends on what your ranking is.
Can we integrate with PayPal? Instead, the merchant is paying a merchant account transaction fee, and we're not doing PayPal.
Yeah,
he's with the restaurant right now.
Yeah, we're not hooked up with PayPal right now. It's something we can look at down the road. But what we have done is, by giving the restaurant their own merchant account, the money flows directly to the restaurant. It goes from, and same way with the driver, it goes directly to the driver. So the consumer is paying. We don't see the money. It doesn't come to us. It goes directly to the restaurateur. So the restaurant usually gets their money, could be almost instantaneously or within 10 or 12 hours. So they don't have to wait for, 4 or 5 days. There's just a lot of things. And the transactional fee at 2.9 plus, a nickel is pretty low. And the company makes no money on that. We think we can get that transaction fee down for the restaurateur a lot lower than what it is. Once we start seeing volume, we'll go back to the card processor and try to negotiate a better deal for everybody. The other thing is, you have to understand our business model. By us not getting in between the money, keeps us out of the regulatory fight with all of these different, whether it's California or whatever. We don't have that issue. We don't, and I've told you guys this before, on the driver side of the business and or the restaurant side of the business, we do not file a 1099 on the drivers. That comes from the card processing company, because they're handling your money, not us.
People asking about specific POSs. The reason it's taking till January is we have a solution to integrate all the POSs.
Yeah.
So that's why currently they're going to get a tablet, and then by January we'll have a solution for everybody that's on a POS.
Yeah, we're working with 2 big integrators, and most of them have at least 8 to 10 or 20 different POS systems that they've already integrated into their system. So think of it we'll just make it simple. There's 20 pipes coming into one central location. Okay, and we're plugged into that central location, so we just flip a switch. So if it's Brink that they want, or Toast, or whatever, the integration. But to set up the first bit is the problem, that takes time. But we can integrate almost anybody as long as it makes sense.
Ron is asking, can he buy that shirt from Patrick that you have on?
This is not one of Patrick's shirts. I like this shirt. This is actually a Ben Hogan golf shirt. Oscar made this.
The calculator that Patrick did is located on the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Files.
So
you can download it, and
I don't know. Can you guys hear that? The calculator that Patrick put together is on Facebook group, and you can download that from Facebook group.
Let me ask you about Verb.
Yeah, we still have not put Verb up yet. And look, we have a process that we go through, and we take everything in priority. Verb is not going to, I know everybody thinks Verb is the greatest thing in the world, and we put it on there for a reason to help you guys market. But look, it's not the end all to be all. So it's not the most important thing. The most important thing right now is getting all these connector parts done. So we just got the marketplace, tripdelivers.com up. Next thing is the app and a few other things. Verb will come along, But it's just like all you guys ask for, hey, let's go open all these markets, and everybody's kind of waiting for each other to open markets. So I guarantee you, when we put Verb up, a handful of people will use it to start with. So I'm not going to commit real dollars and real resources for that integration until it's really, everything else is really done where you guys can earn money. Verb is a marketing tool. That's all it is.
If a restaurant signs up but has not paid their dollar, will the restaurant show in their back office?
No.
Yes.
It will? I thought it wouldn't click. I thought if they didn't click on the dollar.
No, it shows. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm wrong. It will show in your back office.
But they still need to, that's the whole reason that Patrick's saying you sit there with them and get them to pay.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick's close rate and is 100% because Patrick does it right. He calls on the customer, he walks them through, and he explains everything, and he closes them. I mean, 100% close rate and 100%, them putting the card information, all that stuff. And Noel's the same way. I mean, those guys are probably going to turn on 100 restaurants here pretty quickly. They'll have online by the time we run into December.
Art Mongo, let him know that Art did call his restaurant. We got his message.
Okay.
And the guy is signing up.
Okay.
Art helped him out.
Okay. Who is that?
His name's Art Mongo.
Art Mongo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wanted to make sure we got his message. We did.
Yeah, we got your message.
Where is Denny wants to know where's the online store?
The trip store for gear?
Yeah.
It's on the bottom of the footer of tripdelivers.com, and it says Trip Gear Store. It's a link at the very bottom in the footer.
Oh, driver's background fee waived? Question mark.
There is no fee for drivers.
Right. So
Yeah, there's no fee. All you got to do is sign up. It's working beautifully. You should get approved within 4 or 5 minutes. So to be clear, the merchant account takes in all transactions at 2.9%. So the restaurant isn't using their current credit card processor. If they're buying through us, we have to, it'll roll right through our system, right into their, the transaction rolls right through into their card processor that we've set them up with. And then that money goes directly to their bank account. We don't have any access to any of it. And it is 2.9% plus a nickel.
Can they wrap their car?
Can you wrap your car?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You can wrap your car.
Send a picture to Amanda.
Yeah.
We'll put it on social media.
Yeah, well, all that kind of stuff. If you have, look, if you see something that's humorous, funny, or great, or an idea, send it to us or Amanda so she can start posting on social media. She's doing a beautiful job. One of the things we're kind of doing wrong when we first started posting, we started posting the restaurants, you know, the photo of the outside of the restaurant. Found out that was not really the smart thing to do. What you want to do is show their food, and we're starting to do that. And it's ticked up our, you know, people looking at our stuff by a double. So if we were getting, you know, 500 people looking at our stuff, it's now at 1,000. That so food, you know, if you see any great food, you're out there with a restaurateur, you sign them up, take a picture of it, send it to Amanda. Is it Amanda? Yeah, it's Amanda at Trip Delivers, and she's great at social media. She's doing all kinds of cool stuff.
And the other thing she requested is for you to take a selfie when you sign up the restaurant, either in front of the restaurant, or the business owner. Yeah. You know, so we can get you involved in our social media. So you can
Did you guys hear that? So when you sign up a restaurant for your own self-promotion, which makes you look good, take a snapshot, take a selfie with you and the restaurant owner. Maybe you're inside the restaurant or outside the restaurant. Maybe you're having a cup of coffee. Just take a snapshot and send that to Amanda, and she'll start posting it up. That will help you also bring on more restaurants because now you're visible. Eris asked the question, are there any promotions will be for the consumer downloading the app? Look, that app is connected to you if they download it, and you get 40 cents every time there's a transaction or something that's happening. I can't give away the ranch, but you know, it's actually 50 cents because if there's a second level to most of you. So that should be a pretty good incentive. Any other questions? Let's see, what time is it?
It's 9:42.
Oh, it's 9:42. We ran. I'm trying to get these down to 30, 35 minutes.
But he loves to talk to you, so that's the reason he can't get in the door.
Yeah, listen, I had a really busy week this week. I didn't get a chance to get on. You know, hopefully I will this week. A lot of good stuff happening with moving things forward. If you get a chance, get on marketplace.tripdelivers.com. You'll see that. Right now it has a login, so you have to set a password up on it on the front end. But it'll be changing a little bit over the next 10 or 15 days. And what it'll be is when you log into there, if you're online, if you're a customer, you'll just put your location in. It'll bring up all the restaurants within 5 miles or whatever we set as the parameters. And it's pretty slick. So it's already up and working. And so we just keep knocking this out little by little. Oh, 10 cents for consumer. I'm sorry. But there's plenty of incentives, you guys. I mean, there's incentives everywhere. There's nothing you don't touch. If you do something, you make money on. So it's up to you. Like I said, I mean, I would love to open 10 markets at one time, you know, but unless you guys are open the markets, you know, we don't have a sales force internally by design. We want to use an affiliate marketing, you know, influencer program. We've done that by design. You know, I've had plenty of talks with plenty of leaders about that. So we just got to do a better job at getting you, you know, materials to make you more comfortable when you're out selling, and people, you know, understand what you know, what the company's all about, and you don't have to worry about objections. You have the answer in your hand. And, you know, Shauna's been doing a great job on the training side, but you may need we think you need a one pager that has all this stuff on it. So working on all that diligently, working on some new videos and stuff like that.
But it's all here. You want to know when a market's opening? November 9th. Nashville is your very first one.
Yep. Nashville's opening. It'll be a soft launch. We're going to continue to work that market till we really get it up solid. That market could easily be 500 to 600 restaurants for us. You know, 1,000 or so drivers, easily, maybe 15 to 1,800 drivers. And it's one of the highest recognition cities in the United States. So I want to thank all the guys that are working that and gals that are working that market right now. You're doing a terrific job. Just let's get after it. We're going to put some heat on, like I said. All right, you guys have a great day. I'll try to hook up with you guys sometime during this week.
Or start walking again.
Yeah. So I got to get out and start walking.
You can do a video.
I don't have COVID, but I got COVID 20, which is 20 pounds over the COVID. So I got to get my butt in gear. All right, guys, I'll catch up with you later. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. Don't eat too much candy. What can I do?